Do you want to hear?
Um,
So I know a guy named Jack Daly who he believes one of the most important thing we can do in a company is actually onboarding. Because usually
mhm,
when somebody shows up at the first day of work,
yeah,
it's like, yeah, you're going to sit here. We'll set you up with HR. They'll, the tech will give you a computer. I think you need to make some meeting to fill out your insurance. That's usually what onboarding looks like,
yes, right,
you know. And when he does it, he like everything's ready to go on their desk. There's a
yep,
pad with their name on it. There's a printed
yep,
thing that says welcome. Like they make them feel like there was this preparation done for them on day one, and makes them feel amazing. Like they do all these things for them on day one, right? But at the same time, their spouse back home, they
mhm,
find out their spouse's name and they send a bottle of wine or something to the house that same morning
yep,
that says, "We are so glad to have your spouse come work for us. Consider yourself part of our family as well."
yep,
Blah, 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 blah. So when he or she gets home from work, from the first day of work, they say, "Honey, you'll never believe about how amazing my first day of
right.
work was." And the spouse pulls out this bottle of wine and says, Look what they
Yes,
sent home." And like,
yes.
and that's day one.
That's day one, and that's one of the things we've tried to do here at the Chicago Bears. One thing I am there. There are only a few things I'm neurotic about, but I'm neurotic when the new employee starts. One, their name needs to be either on their door
Yeah.
or on their cube. Their business cards need to be ready,
Yeah.
and you need to touch someone at home. One of the things I started doing even for our senior leadership during this process, my 18 months here of hiring people, I've been bringing in the majority of the families. There's some people, if they're open to do it,
Yeah.
I'll bring their significant others and their children
Wow.
to in town for the interview just to get a sense, because what I found, I always used to focus on early in my career that it was the employee that you were hiring who was making the decision, but it was really the family that was
Yeah.
making the decision.
Yeah.
And if the significant other partner was comfortable and had a good feeling and the kids had a good feeling, then it made the transition easier. Or if they were uncomfortable, just the opposite. So I
Yeah.
I saw that in even the
Clever.
hiring. There are some people, now
Clever.
some
Clever.
couldn't do it, but that was really important to them. And even so much so that when you sit down and you have an interview with the potential employee and their partner or their significant other,
Yeah.
that's what you want, because those are the ones who are going to ask the most questions.
Yeah.
They really have the questions that when the person who interviewed gets back home and they go, well, how'd it go? Oh, it went good. Well, what did you ask us? Oh, I forgot to ask it. I'd rather have everyone
It's so
there.
clever.
Ask your questions.